Hell, I'm so relieved. I just spoke to Paul and you were right. He and Kenny had just stopped off at the video arcade. I told him if he ever did that again without telling...
Listen, Barbara, I'm really glad to hear that he's okay, but I was just about to call you to tell you that I've got to cancel out on our dinner. I'm about to leave for Greece with Margot.
What?
Well, I think that she's going to need a lot of help over there dealing with the authorities, and she's really broken up about this. You know how close she is to Craig.
Hell, I don't see what you can do to help Margot search for Craig. I'm sure everything's being done over there that can be done.
Yeah, well, she wants to go, and I don't think that she should make this trip alone.
In other words, Margot has won this little game she's been playing.
Come on, Barbara, she needs me. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, so she keeps telling you. Well, you know what? I need you too. I'm worried sick about Paul.
I don't think that you have to be. According to the letter that we intercepted, James is going to be out of touch with him for some time.
That could be a trick to throw all of us off guard. The very fact that he's still trying to contact Paul has cause for plenty of concern.
Barbara, this is rotten timing, and I'm really sorry, but I've got to go now or I'm going to miss that flight. I'll call you from Greece.
No, don't bother. Hell, it's obvious you've made your choice.
This is not a choice. Will you please try to understand why I have to go? Just let me call you when the plane gets in tomorrow and we'll talk about it.
Forget it. Forget it. You get on that plane with Margot and don't bother to call me again, here? Hello? James? I'm sorry, I must have drifted off.
It's all right. I'm glad you got some rest.
I didn't think I'd be able to sleep, but I guess it's a good way of blotting out those things you don't want to think about. I'm scared, Al.
I know.
I could see lights.
Yeah, I guess that's the coast of Italy. We're only about an hour from Athens.
Thank you for coming with me. I will never, ever forget it.
Lucinda, what do you have to say to me that can't wait until the morning?
I'd like to speak to you alone, Tonio. Darling, dear, would you mind waiting upstairs?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Lucinda. This is my home. You don't give orders here.
Well, if you don't mind Meg hearing, it's all the same to me. Anyway, this won't be your home. Not for much longer. Not this place, not Oakdale, not even this country.
And what is that supposed to mean?
The blackmail scheme fell through today, Tonio. Lily knows. She knows everything. So now there's nothing that you can blackmail me with anymore. So, darling, you're fired. And the next call you get will be from the immigration authorities. I don't have to tell you what that means.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by New Love's Deluxe, a change in diapers that will change your life. And by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes the grease out of your way.
What do you mean Lily knows? She knows, dear. She knows everything. All about it, including Josh. That Josh is her father.
No, I don't believe that.
Please, don't fool around with me about this anymore, darling. This wouldn't have happened. This wouldn't have happened if it weren't for you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the one that told him that Josh was Lily's father.
No, I didn't.
She's telling the truth, Lucinda. I pieced all of that together myself from what I saw and from a few things that Meg said about Iva and Josh.
Well, I'm sorry. The fine detective work is for nothing. Oh! Don't try to get another job in this town, because I'm putting the word out tomorrow that I let you go. Because I learned from painful experience, and that's true, that you are not to be trusted.
Wait. Now, how did Lily find out?
Ask your sister, Iva.
This is just what I was afraid would happen.
Tonio, you don't need her.
You don't understand, Meg. You don't know how much power she has. If she wants to ruin me in the business world, she can. God knows what she would say to the immigration people. She may have contacted them already. If they send me back...
It won't happen.
It could happen. Very easily and very quickly. I have no job. I'm not a citizen. I'm not married.
Shh. Tonio, she's got to be bluffing. Think about it. Lily couldn't possibly know everything. My family wouldn't allow it. Certainly not about Josh. Look, I'm gonna call them. I'll call them right now, and I'll find out what's really going on, okay?
Lily, I never wanted you to find out this way. That's why I wanted to wait till after graduation. I thought it would be too much for you to find out everything at once. Look, Lily, you've got to understand that I didn't know where you were for almost 16 years. And then when I finally found you, I wanted to tell you. Lily, I wanted to tell you, but you had a mother and a family that loved you. And I was afraid of taking away that security. I felt I had no right. I thought you were going to go look for Lily.
I can't get the truck started. Can I borrow your car?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll get the keys.
Hello?
Holden? Aren't you in Los Angeles?
I just got back.
Look, is Iva there? I need to talk to her. Mrs. Walsh was just here, and she told me Lily knows everything. I'm sure she's bluffing, right?
It's true. She knows it all.
Who told her?
Iva. She, went down to the stables, and she saw Josh and Lily. She misunderstood what was going on, though. Iva thought that Josh was coming on to Lily.
What? How could she have misunderstood something like that?
Look, Meg, she was upset. She had just found out about Craig.
What about Craig?
You haven't heard.
No.
Craig and Betsy Andropoulos were in a plane wreck off the coast of Greece. Betsy and the pilot were found. They're okay. But Craig's still missing.
Do they think he's dead? Oh, my God, that's horrible. Well, how's Iva? I mean, should I come over?
No, there's no need. Seth and Mom are going to be home soon. They'll take care of her.
Yeah, I guess you'd rather be with them anyway, huh? All right, give her my love. Bye.
Meg, what's this about Craig?
Well, Betsy and Craig apparently were in a plane crash. They think he may be dead.
I'm praying that you find Lily.
I'll call you as soon as I find anything out.
Stay away from Josh, Holden. We can blame him for a lot of things, but this is my fault.
I don't give a damn about Josh, all right? I just want to find Lily.
Answer me. Why didn't you tell me Lily's my daughter? I had a right to know this.
How dare you talk about your rights after what you did to me?
If you told me the truth, none of this would have ever happened.
No, you would have gone straight to Lily, and that was the last thing that I wanted.
All right, maybe you think I've got no rights here, but what about Lily? Or don't you think she had a right to know this?
To know what? The shame that you put me through? How she was conceived? The fact that she's a child of rape?
What's this all about?
Iva tells me you've decided to stay in Oakdale. I think that would be a big mistake.
Well, I've got good reason to stay now. See, I've got a daughter here.
And you think it'd help her if you stayed on, hmm? Think about it, Josh. Are you ready to tell her everything? Because she's bound to ask. Besides, she's a bright girl. Doesn't take much addition and subtraction to figure out that Iva was just 13 years old when she was conceived. And that the two of you split up soon after that? Didn't see each other for another 19 years, and then Iva kept your identity a secret. Now, you want to tell her why? You want to tell her how she was conceived?
I'll find a way to deal with that when the time comes.
There is no way to deal with that that's going to be right for Lily. Why do you think Iva never told her that she was her mother, close as they were? Because she didn't want her daughter to know that she was brought into this world through a violent, brutal rape by a man that she thought was her own blood cousin.
So I knew she wasn't my cousin. I knew that when this...
But Iva didn't know that. And that just added to the shame that she felt. She didn't want Lily to feel that shame, and neither would you if you cared for her at all.
I do care about her. She's my daughter. Listen, I know that you think it's best if Lily doesn't know the whole truth, but I know what it's like to live with lies. I was beaten and abused from the time that I was old enough to stand up and take it. And my mother saw the welts and the scars that your uncle left on me, but to this day, she still denies it. Now, listen to me. When I was a kid, I thought that that's it. I deserved those beatings. See, I didn't know, and no one ever told me. It was because my mother was with another man, my father. So, Henry, he hated me because it was a constant reminder of that. See, I wouldn't know all of this, Seth, till this day if I hadn't heard them arguing. But when I knew, I saw why Henry hated me, and I understood that it wasn't me. It wasn't something that I did. So you see, Seth, you see, knowing the truth, it helped me.
Yeah, well, maybe the truth did help you, Josh. But it's not going to help Lily. It's not going to help her at all to know what kind of a man her father really is.
You don't know what kind of a man her father really is. A day hasn't gone by I haven't wanted to know my real father. Nobody could ever say anything about him that would make me feel any differently. And if Lily, if she knew the truth, maybe she'd feel the same way about me. Hey, listen, I know I'm not perfect. I've made some mistakes, but she'll see that I'm a human being, that I'm not some monster. And she'll see that I want to be a good father to her. And try to make up for all those years I wasn't there, and maybe she'll understand me and forgive me.
She will never forgive you for what you did to her mother. And how can she feel anything but shame for having someone like you as a father?
Now everyone will know all the things that I've kept quiet. How do you think people like Betsy and Franny will feel when they find out you weren't quite as honest with them as you led them to believe? That you have a child you never told them about? What will they think of the rest of your story then? Do you think they'll still trust you, Josh?
No, Craig! No!
Betsy,
No.
honey, it's all right. It's all right, sweetheart.
Oh, Craig.
It's all right. Everything's all right. Everything's... I think you must have been dreaming. It must have been about the plane wreck. Since you were calling out Craig's name.
I don't even remember having a dream. Strange.
Well, that's not so strange. There's a lot about the accident you don't remember.
I wish I could.
Well, give it time. You've been through a frightening experience. When you're ready to remember, you will.
All I seem to remember is the pilot telling us that the plane was going down, and Craig telling me to hold on to him tightly, and I remember the feeling of falling, but then he got ripped away from me when we hit the water, and then just everything went black. Oh, Granddad, if only Craig was able to get out of that plane I know that there must be a chance that he could still be alive.
Are you going to tell me exactly what
I'm telling you,
said?
he is more vicious and crazier than ever. He made all kinds of threats.
Against you?
Yes, against me.
Okay.
He told me that he knew that I'd been telling all kinds of lies to Paul about him and that he couldn't fight me from a distance, but that one day he was going to come back and take Paul away from me for good.
Okay, exactly where is Paul now?
He's over at a friend's house, Kenny Martin's. Right after I talked to James, I called Mrs. Martin and asked her to please check on Paul, and she said that he was safe and sound asleep. Now, this is the Martin address. Please, please, Roy, send a car over there. James could kidnap Paul again. He's capable of anything.
Look, we are very aware of how dangerous he is.
Then why haven't you arrested him? You don't even know where the hell he is.
Barbara, you know very well we've tried everything to find him and arrest him, but it wasn't very helpful of your son to be in contact with him for weeks, and he wouldn't tell us.
Hey, Roy.
Yeah?
Got another call from Lucinda Dixon's lawyer, Ambrose Bingham. He wants us to put Lily Walsh on the missing persons report.
Really?
What are you talking about?
Well, the girl ran away and her mother's really worried about her. I told her there's nothing we can do until she's listed at least missing at least 24 hours officially.
Yeah.
Right. Right. You know, guys don't give a damn whether someone's child is missing. All you care about are other important things, right? Oh, I'll tell you, I'll take this little address right over to your superior,
I'm
Roy.
afraid you're going to have to deal with me tonight. I'm the one in charge of the case now, Barbara.
Hal's off the case?
No, temporarily until he gets back from Greece. I'll tell you what, why don't you wait right here, and I'll go see who I can send over to the Martins' house.
Iva, any news on Lily?
No, Holden's out looking for her now.
I'm so sorry I had to go and be away when all this was going on. But I promised Lisa I'd help out at the restaurant and take care of
It's okay. I mean, there's nothing you could have done. We've just been waiting. I was just, you know, hoping that maybe she'd call or something.
I talked to Josh. He's been fired. I found him up at Betsy's cabin.
I hope you didn't start another fight with...
No, I didn't. I was hoping that I might make him see how bad it would be for Lily if he stayed in Oakdale.
And what did he say?
He's set on staying. He says he wants to try and be a father to Lily now.
Look, it's after midnight. Why don't we call it a night, huh?
Okay by me.
Who do I speak to in this joint about a missing person?
What's the problem?
I want to know if there's any word on Lily Walsh.
Not as of yet. Listen, I already told Mrs. Walsh's lawyer there's nothing we can do officially until she's been gone at least 24 hours.
Why not?
It's procedure. I understand that her mother must be very worried, but in cases like this, 9 out of 10 times, there's nothing really serious to worry about. Chances are that Lily just spent the night at a friend's house, huh?
I've talked to all of her friends. None of them seem to know where she is. I've checked every possible place that she might be, and she's nowhere to be found. Look, Lucinda Walsh is a very powerful woman in this town. And if I have to, I'm going to call up the newspaper, and I'm going to call a TV station. I'm going to tell them exactly what...
Calm down. I know how you feel about Lily, but if she's not home 24 hours, I swear to you, we'll do everything in our power to find her. In the meantime, I want you to tell me all the people that you talked to, tell me all the places that you've checked, and maybe you can think of a few more places as well. And this would really give us a real head start. Come on.
All right.
Lucinda, I just heard about Lily. Is there any news?
Oh, darling. No. Nothing.
I'm sorry. I know what you're going through. Is there anything I can do to help?
No. I mean, there really isn't anything that anybody can do at all. John is wonderful. He's out in the car with Dusty. They're looking everywhere. And I'm hoping that she's just spending the night with a friend. You know. But I've called everybody that I can think of.
What happened? I mean, did you two have a fight?
No. No. She's so upset about Craig being missing. I mean, the police think I'm absolutely ridiculous. They think, silly mother, it's just premature. She is 17 years old. It's just midnight. Oh.
I know. I know what they think. I was over at the police station. That's how I heard.
Oh, darling, why were you at the police station?
I just got a call from James.
Oh. Oh. What is James up to?
I don't know. But apparently he found out that I have spoken out against him to Paul, and he called to threaten me and warned me that I would lose Paul for good.
I'm so sorry, darling.
Paul's over at a friend's house tonight, and I went to the police to ask them to please station someone over there so they could protect Paul. I had to throw a fit before they agreed to it.
You did? I thought you had pull at the police station. I thought Detective Munson was just eating out of your hand.
Well, that was before Detective Munson decided to go to Greece with Detective Hughes.
Oh. Is he joining in the search for Craig?
What can he do, Lucinda?
I don't know what he can do, but I guess he could help her.
No. He goes much deeper than that.
Excuse me, Mrs. Dixon. The stableman is here to see you.
Matthew, I fired Rod this afternoon. I do not wish Rod on my property. Will you tell him that you will call the police if he doesn't leave immediately?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
My, what's that all about? I'm just surprised to hear this. I mean, you said he was the best stableman you've ever had.
Well, certain facts came to light today that make me realize that he's not the right man for this job.
Well, if you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. Well, I think I will be going. I'm sorry to come by unannounced at such a late hour, but I really was worried about Lily, and I thought maybe you needed a friend.
I do. And you want to know something? I feel that I have one. Thank you.
You do.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, Lily, come back. Call me, mommy. Call me, baby.
Mrs. Dixon?
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Tide. On tough dirt, Tide won't quit till your clothes are clean. And by Jif, the peanut butter with the fresh roasted peanutty difference. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
How did you get in here?
Well, your butler turned me away from the front door, so I came in the back. I need to talk to you.
I'm calling the police.
Oh, please don't do that. I didn't come here to cause any trouble.
Why did you come in here?
I know you could care less about this, but I need my last paycheck.
It will be sent to you in the mail.
Well, I don't know if your office knows where to send it. See, I'm staying at Betsy Andropoulos'
I will
cabin now.
inform my secretary in the morning. Now, you have 2 minutes. And you get off my property.
Thank you. I'll go. But first, I'd like to know if you found Lily yet.
Why?
She's my daughter.
By an ugly, cruel twist of fate.
I'm so sorry you feel that way.
Rod, Josh, whatever. I don't know what to call you anymore. Rod.
Andrew, yeah.
Look, get this straight in every way that matters. Lily is my child. Why is she my child? Because I raised her. I nurtured her. I loved her all these years. And I protected her. I was protecting her. I didn't know from what in her past or what I learned today is even worse than anything that I could have dreamed of.
I made a mistake. I was very young then. I would do anything to make up to Iva and her family for all the pain that I've caused them.
Young man, I don't know what you and Iva can do together. I don't know. That is up to you. But you have no claim whatsoever on the baby that I raised.
Mrs. Dixon, when I first came to work here, you were very good to me. You trusted me. Lily trusted me. I did nothing to betray that trust with you.
I didn't know you. I didn't know who you were. I didn't know who I'd had in my house, who I was letting be near my daughter. And now, today, I have learned the truth about you. Iva told me.
Iva can't forgive me for what I did, but I'm Lily's father, and I want her to understand why what happened, happened, and I want her to know that I care about her.
I said it before, and I say it again. You stay away from my child.
I don't think Lily's gonna feel about it the same way.
Young man, let's get something straight. You are being presumptuous. If you come anywhere near my child when she gets back, I will see you in jail. I will put you away for a very, very long time.
No, Holden's still out looking for Lily now. We haven't heard anything.
I wish there was something I could do. I can't think of any place that she might have gone to. Look, I know it's late. I won't call again.
That's all right. I don't think we're going to be going to bed any too soon anyway. I'll call you if we hear anything, huh?
Okay. Oh, but I'm not at Lila's. I'm at Tonio's. Shall I give you the number here?
No. I don't think we're going to hear anything tonight anyway. You can call us in the morning.
All right.
Good night.
Night.
Why did you tell Seth that you were here?
Why shouldn't I? There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, you know how he feels about me.
Tough. Just gonna have to come around, that's all.
I was very lucky to find you when I did, Meg. What is it?
I was just thinking about Craig and Sierra. What if he was killed in that crash? I mean, they just got married and
had a son. Look, I'm still hurt that Sierra's son turned out to be Craig's and not mine, but I've tried to get over that and put it behind me and get on with my life as you've encouraged me to do.
I know you've tried.
I haven't just tried, Meg. I've succeeded. But I'm still worried about Sierra. I feel badly for her. She must be feeling terrible right now.
Well, maybe you should give her a call in the morning.
I would, but I doubt that my call would be welcomed. I am curious, though, what was going to happen to Craig's company now.
His company? What do you mean?
Well, I know that he was in serious financial trouble before he went to Rome to meet with Franco Visconti. Actually...
What?
Nothing. I just had a business thought. I don't want to bore you with it.
The sun's fully up now, Granddad.
And the sea is calm. At least the weather's cooperating.
God, it's so beautiful here. Guess I'd forgotten. I remember the first time Steve took me to Greece. I couldn't get over the beauty of it. The rocky shorelines and the blue sky. I guess nothing's really changed about it except, well, that first wonderful time seems like a lifetime ago.
Margot and Hal will be here soon. They were at the Larissa airport when they called. You feel a lot better when you see them.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about Steve?
It just doesn't make any sense. I can't figure it out. Why would he be smuggling drugs? I mean, I know he wanted to make a new life here and he needed the money, but I just can't understand it. God. Hi, David. Thanks for coming. It's so good to see you. It's okay.
I'm sorry, David. Do you know Hal Munson?
Oh, yes, of course.
David Stewart?
Good of you to come with Margot.
I just hope I can be of some help. Betsy, has there been any further word since the search parties last night?
No, they go out at daybreak, so it's a little early to expect anything yet. Did you check in on him?
Yeah. We took 2 rooms down on the first floor, so we just dropped our bags and came right up.
Would you like anything to eat? I can call some more from room service.
Oh, a little coffee would be great for me.
Coffee's fine for me, too.
Look, I really want to talk to whoever's heading up the search.
Yeah, it was Inspector Heniotis. I have his number here.
Has he been cooperative?
Yes, very. He's great. This is his number, the office here in Bolos.
It's still early. I doubt if he'll be in his office.
Well, I want to give it a try. I want to talk to him about Hal and me going out on the search cruise.
Margot, there's something I haven't told you yet. The inspector told us last night that if they don't find Craig today, they'll have to call off the search.
Thank you. Could you just make sure that Inspector Heniotis calls me? I'm at Mrs. Andropoulos' room at the Hotel Scores. Thank you. She expects him in around 9.
Well, it's only 7:30 now. Is there anybody else that we can call?
No, the inspector's the only one in any contact with the search cruise. He's the only one with any news.
I think we just better wait here until he calls.
Well, Betsy, have you seen Steve?
No.
Maybe it would help if Margot and I talked to the authorities
No,
here.
the Greek authorities aren't the problem, Hal. It's Steve.
I don't understand.
He refuses to see me.
Have they filed charges against him yet?
Well, apparently he and the man he was arrested with were charged with smuggling cocaine and hashish out of the country.
Oh, that's probably Inspector Heniotis. Hello? Yes. Yes, she is. Just a minute, please. It's for you. It's overseas.
Hello?
Betsy? Hi, it's Rod. I'm sorry to call you so early, but I wanted to catch you before you went out.
No, it's not early. I've been up half the night anyway.
There's no news on Craig yet.
No, not yet. The search cruise just went out. We're hoping to hear something today.
I hope so, too. How are you?
Better, thanks. My granddad's here, thank God, and Hal and Margot just arrived this morning. Margot has a call into the detective in charge of the search, and we're hoping to hear back from him.
Oh, well, then I won't tie up the line. I just wanted to call and see how you were. I've been going crazy back here worrying about you.
Well, it's very sweet of you. I appreciate your calling.
Oh, I wanted to let you know that I'm staying at your cabin. I hope that's okay. Actually, that's where I'm calling from right now. So if you need to get a hold of me, this is where I'm going to be. I mean, for any reason. I'm not working at the stables anymore.
What? Did you quit?
Not exactly. It's a long story.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little disagreement with Lucinda, but I'm doing okay. I'll tell you all about it when you get back.
Oh, thank you, my darling. Thank you, John. Yes, for your voice, for caring. John, for all the things that you do for me, thank you. I know that she's going to be all right because she has to be all right. I love you, too. Did you hear that? I love you, darling. Yeah, see you later.
Mrs. Dixon, hold inside. Hello, Miss Walsh.
What are you doing?
Any word yet?
Wait a minute. No, we haven't heard anything. It's just a matter of time. For heaven's sake,
Miss Walsh,
Holden,
I told you I was coming back. Look, do you know where she might be?
Do I know her destination? No, darling, I don't know, but it's not too far because the car is outside.
All right, I went to the police station. I talked to
Please, I am in touch with the police. I am in touch with them through Ambrose. It is not necessary for you to get into the act.
I'm very worried.
I'm worried, darling. I'm very worried. You're worried. Sorry. Let's go back to where we began. I told you to stay in California I will overlook that. If we can go back to square one, if you will pull yourself together and get dressed and get back on a plane and go back to California.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
You
Not
don't
until I know
understand the
Lily's safe.
situation. I fired Tonio today. Now, I am willing, if you think you can handle it, you can become the new head of the management consulting division. I think I can swing it with my stockholders. I'm sure I can if you can bring home this deal. I know I can. It'll be a major coup for you. It'll more than make up for the losing of the Visconti account to Craig Montgomery.
Miss Walsh,
You
I
will
understand
be
everything here.
the
I'm very
youngest
grateful.
executive ever in Walsh Enterprises. Would you kindly think before you speak?
I can't go back to L.A. Not until I know that she's safe.
You're smarter than that.
Miss Walsh, it's got nothing to do with how smart I am, all right? I'm not going anywhere, not until I know where she's at. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
So, as I told Granddad last night, there's very little I really remember about the accident. I remember the pilot telling us the plane was going down, and I remember Craig telling me to hold on to him, and I did. And I remember the feeling of going down, and then we got pulled apart, and we hit the water, and then I just have no recollection of what happened after that. But I'm sure that if Craig got out of the plane, then he'd be okay.
Betsy, honey, somehow you got clear of the plane, and so did the pilot, so we have to believe that Craig had just as good a chance.
David's right, Betsy.
Well, I'm gonna go change for the search cruise.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
yes, David.
Oh, Margot.
Yeah.
How's Sierra?
Oh, she's so brave. She truly believes that we're gonna find him, and we will.
I wanted to call her so many times, you know, but I just thought if I waited long enough, we'd have some good news.
Yeah, I know. You did the right thing, okay?
Yeah. Hello? Yes? Where? I see. No, of course we want to come. Thank you.
Who was it?
That was the inspector's office. Apparently the crews located part of the body of the plane, the engine and part of the cockpit. Where? On an island. Near a cruise where they found the pilot. They're sending a special diving crew down to bring it up.
It's hard to explain what happened in Montego to someone who's never lived there. My family was one of the oldest and most respected in the country. My future was assured. But then the revolution came. My family was killed. My home was destroyed, and my name was put on a list of people to be executed at all costs. I became an enemy of the revolution, which meant that I could be put in front of a firing squad and shot without a trial. Many of my friends, boys that I went to school with, were killed in this way.
It's pretty hard to understand, living in this country. You've never spoken so much about your home. Makes me feel closer to you, knowing what you've gone through.
Well, I'm sorry that the Storios aren't a little happier, Meg.
Do you really think Lucinda's going to deport you?
Yes. I think she would have done it after Sierra divorced me if I hadn't had a hold on her.
But you're very smart. You can get yourself another job. She doesn't control everything.
Meg, it's not that simple.
You just said you made a killing in the stock market. Won't that help you get another job?
Look, don't look so troubled. This is my problem, not yours.
Oh, no, don't say that. You know how much I care about you.
Well, maybe that's a mistake, Meg.
What?
There was a time when I thought I had something to offer you.
You still do.
No. I have no job. I'm not a citizen. And if Lucinda goes to the immigration authorities and tells them some story to make me seem undesirable, the machinery will go into motion very quickly. They will send me back.
Tonio, don't say this. You're frightening me.
Meg, I'm not saying this to frighten you.
I only want you to understand that if I'm sent back, we may not see each other again.
Mrs. Dixon, it's late. Shouldn't you be turning in soon?
No. She might call. Anyway, I want to wait for Dr. Dixon. But you, Matthew, you should retire. Thank you for staying up so late. You have been stalwart tonight.
It's all right. If there's anything I can do.
No, there really isn't anything. Good night.
Mrs. Dixon, I hope they find Miss Lily soon, very soon. And I hope she's all right.
Good night, Matthew. Good night.
Good night now.
Hi, any news?
No, nothing yet.
No?
But I talked to the police, and I talked to the Dixons. They've hired a team of private detectives to help look for Lily.
Oh, that's good. Holden, I really want to thank you for coming back from L.A., coming home.
We're gonna find her. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I messed up things real good.
No, you didn't. You haven't messed up nothing. Don't blame yourself, you hear?
Well, I do.
She's gonna be all right. Maybe she'll even come home in the morning on her own. And if she doesn't, I promise you, I'm gonna find her.
Yeah, but even if she does come home, she's not going to forgive me.
She's gonna have to forgive a lot of us. Don't stay up too late, all right? You need some rest.
I won't. Holden? I love you.
I love you too. Good night.
Good night.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Fashions by John Haggins. Menswear by Barney's New York. This is Dan Regent, inviting you to join us again Monday for As the World Turns.